There are certain things that TikTok does not like you doing with your content or your account, so don't do these things, I guess. And I know a lot of you don't know about these things because I see you doing them all the time. And this is based on two things. So number one, these are things that TikTok has explicitly said in its guidelines or in any of its documentation, but these are also things that I have observed as a TikTok coach who has reviewed thousands of accounts. So number one, it does not like you taking a break from the app. So if you're going on holiday or just need like a little mental health breather, it doesn't really like it. And when you return to the app, you will notice that your views kind of like plummet. Now, I am not saying you should not take a break from TikTok. You absolutely should. You need that headspace sometimes. And if you want to go on holiday, you don't want to be posting like 24/7. But if you're taking a break, just know that when you return, your views will go down, but they do eventually sort themselves out. So don't panic, don't try and reinvent your content, don't try to change everything. You've essentially just kind of like pushed yourself out of the algorithmic cycle, and then when you return, you just need to kind of let TikTok know, hey, I'm back, I'm creating content again. The algorithm moves super fast. Second thing TikTok doesn't like is VPNs, which can be quite annoying if you're like a travel creator or if you post content in a different language than the location that you're in, or if you're trying to reach people who are outside of your location, because your content will kind of be pushed to people in your location first. So to try and get around this, a lot of people use VPNs, but TikTok doesn't really like VPNs either, so this can just be quite annoying. The next thing it doesn't like is multiple accounts. Do not panic. That doesn't mean you can't have like a backup account or a second account for like TikTok Shop or a different account for a different niche. You absolutely can, and I do actually kind of recommend having a second account, just in case. But if you're setting up another account, you need to first of all make sure that your login and setup information is completely different, not tied to the same email, not tied to the same mobile number, even like make changes to your name if you can. And crucially, do not repost the same content across multiple accounts. That is going to be unoriginal content. One of your accounts will get punished for that. Another thing it kind of prefers is when you're using the updated version of the app. So if you haven't updated your app, go and do that now. I've also noticed that it really doesn't like people deleting videos. So if you delete a video, usually what I notice is that the next couple of videos you do tend to have slightly lower views, but again, that does go back to normal. And it really doesn't like you pushing people off the app. So if you are using your video to promote something, like whether it's like a product or a service that you have and you're telling people to go to your website or the thing in your bio, it will suppress that content. You need to be a bit more creative if you're trying to generate results from TikTok by pushing people elsewhere. This is something I teach in my growth course, an online community, how to do that really effectively. Yeah, avoid those things as much as you can. Some of them are kind of impossible to avoid all of the time, but just keep them in mind.